What are we doing, a dance routine?
Yeah, I was counting us in.
I'm jazz hands.
Hi.
Hi.
Happy Friday, not Sunday.
Not Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday.
Or
Saturday. It's not a day of the week. I'm excluding it. I'm leaving it out. Biased against Saturday.
Sorry, just my mic just did a dance.
A dance?
Yeah, I
5,
stepped
6,
on the
7,
wire.
8. It's because you counted it in.
I stepped on the wire and she did jazz hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How was your week?
My week was long. Corporate America called upon me to be in the office, which I normally am not.
Yeah.
Getting up
late
early.
Too. You were there so late.
Yeah, one of the days we had a big team dinner that went until probably like 9. Actually, I think I was home by 10, so maybe it went till 8:30, and then I took a 9
Oh my God,
train.
that's so far past your bedtime.
Yeah.
I remember I was going to dinner with Sarah and I was looking at her location because I was late. So I wanted to see if she was there to snag the reservation. Mm-hmm. And then you were only a couple blocks away from where we had dinner because we went to Bond Street. Mm-hmm. You were like a little bit north of that. And I was just like, what the hell? It was like 8:30. I was like, what the hell is she still doing here? So
they had us in Tuesday, Wednesday, and it is a lot. I've never commuted before with a child. So it was just... Yeah, I was like getting up at 6 to get ready to then do my routine with him, to then take the train in at like 7:40, which is wild. And then obviously staying really late. And my Oura Ring was letting me know that I was in a deep sleep deprivation. Yeah. I still am in a sleep debt. I have like 2.5 hours of sleep debt I'm trying to catch up on, which is a new feature on the Ring to make you feel bad about yourself. And it works.
They're guilting you into sleeping.
There's like everything I do, I'm trying to impress the Ring. Like I'm like, I better get my steps in her. Like the Ring's going to know. And then she's going to tell me as if I don't already know. But I know I've been lacking.
It's a she, the Ring?
Everything is a she.
That's interesting. Mm-hmm. I don't have that same thing. Like
unless it's like a predator. Yeah, that's a man.
I guess that's fair.
Like a fitness girly, that's a girly.
Okay. My inanimate objects always end up being boys. Like my car, Brady, boy.
Like
my guitar, Fiero.
It's kind of like anti-feminist of you.
So, yeah, you're so right.
So you should think about.
I should make that adjustment.
Yeah,
but changing. It's like a red Jeep Wrangler. Like it just, I don't know, just feels.
I mean, to me, like that should be a woman named Stella.
Stella.
Yeah, like obviously.
So specific.
She looks to me like a Stella.
What was your car was Chester. When you had the Audi when we were in high school. Wasn't it Chester?
I mean, technically for 1 second, that was what it was named, but I never referred to my car by a name. I also hated that car.
I know. I remember.
Yeah.
I had to drive it for a little bit too when I got my license. Yeah. And the brakes squeaked. And
right. And for anyone who's like, oh, wait, you had an Audi and you're such a little... Okay, let me just clarify. That car was 12 years old when we got it, and it was in the worst condition. We got scammed by some like mechanic and who kept purposely breaking things, so we would have to bring it back in and get them fixed. And as you're aware, and it was embarrassing to drive, when you would press the brake, the whole car would squeal. Yeah. So
and we like lived in a town where like every kid got like a brand new car for their 16th birthday, and like
everyone was driving like the newest like 2016 Range Rover, and my car is like chugging to the parking lot.
I remember the aux too. We had like this long like contraption of cords to like get music
that never
to play.
Worked because the thing you put it in, the hole was like loose.
Yeah.
I also remember about that car was a nightmare.
The glove compartment didn't close if you like opened the glove compartment.
If you drove a little too fast and you hit a bump, the glove compartment opened. It was like, hey.
I think that's like maybe why I have so much knee damage, because I was always sitting in the passenger seat and having that thing slam open on my fucking knees.
Maybe.
Could be.
That's why I hate Audi.
Fuck you, Audi. Unless you want to give us a car, in which case I take it back.
Yeah.
So you had a very, very long and stressful week of going into this, but you don't have to go back to office for a while now, right?
Unless, well, it's TBD. So there is a pending 4 days back in the office mandate, but they can't fit us right now. So they're trying to figure out where they're going to put us. Are they going to buy more office space, et cetera?
Okay.
So for now, I'm free.
Thank God.
Eventually, I may not be free.
Yeah. We're going to pray that you are.
We're going to pray that this podcast does well and our viewers free me from corporate America.
Yes. Yeah. Agreed. Also, we don't pray. We're not religious. We're going to manifest.
I also have always said, always in the last 4 weeks that we've been doing this, that if this ever like took off, I would still keep my job because I like having a routine and health insurance. But not if someone wants to make me go in 4 days a week. Like if I can supplement that money elsewhere, I will not be commuting. I didn't want to like, I just got nervous about saying where we are. Not that anyone watches this, but
you still shouldn't say it.
Yeah, I don't want to commute. It's like several hours a day of commuting, and I just don't want to do that.
I actually, Steph, if you're watching this, you're probably not. Hi, Steph. Steph,
my sister-in-law?
Yeah. She commented on one of my TikTok videos when I moved into my new apartment, and it was like from specific town to specific town.
That was her comment?
Yeah. Oh. Like she wrote like from where I was living to where I am now, Girly. And I was like, ah. And I took the comment down.
You were like politely deleting this comment.
It was like, we do not have to name towns very specifically. People don't think of it. My friends do the same thing. They'll be like, shout out they'll be like, oh my God, we have to go back to like this really specific restaurant that's like right next to my apartment. And I'm like, we don't need to like say locations.
Right. You did just say Bond Street before, but
I don't live near there. That's just in the city. Yeah. And it's also not near your work. It was near where you were at dinner.
Yeah, I have no comment.
Okay. And it also wasn't that near you. It was just that I could see you on the map because you were in the city, and I actually don't think it was really near you at all.
Also, I mean, I don't care if I'm not going to say it, but I don't care if anyone knows a general area of where my office is because I don't go there.
Yeah.
So it's in Manhattan.
It's fine.
How's your week?
It was good. I've been writing a lot this week. I went to the TED season 2 premiere yesterday, which we just talked about, which was so fun. Seth MacFarlane is really funny. Seth MacFarlane is really funny. He got up to do like a speech before the episodes started playing, and he was like,
"Oh, it's a TV show, not a movie."
It's a TV show. This is season 2, and apparently
season 2.
I didn't even know there was a season 1, but apparently people love it. It's like the #1 show on Peacock. But
that's you know why we didn't know, because who the hell uses Peacock?
He shit on his own streaming service, which I thought was so funny. So he got up there and he was like, I'm a little drunk. I did a lot of press today. It was just on like a talk show. I'm drunk. So we were all like laughing. And he goes, this show was the #1 streaming show on Peacock, which is kind of like being the quietest Italian. And I was like, that's so, he made a lot of really funny jokes. He is hilarious. And then, the episodes were really good. The main
episodes,
character.
how many did they show?
2.
Are they long?
I think they're probably like 40 minutes each.
Okay.
I don't think they were
seated
a full
for like
hour.
the length of like a short movie, perhaps.
Yeah. This premiere was really sick though. Like we've been to a few, and normally like the concessions when you go, like for me, it's all about the food. When you go in, they usually just have like popcorn and like maybe one type of candy on the table, whatever. They had like a mall they gave you like a little comp ticket for popcorn, a drink, and a candy. And they had just like a wall of different candies, like every candy you could think of. I got strawberry Pocky. I was really excited about that.
I don't even think of that as a candy. It's more of like just a general
They had snacks
food.
too. They just had like chips and things. So it was really nice.
I thought you were going to say that they had real food. Like
no,
sliders.
At the after party, they had probably the best chicken tenders I've ever had in my damn life.
That's high praise.
Yeah, I love a chicken tendy. They were really crispy, and then they had little syringes filled with the sauces, which I just thought was funny.
Do you know where the chicken tenders were from?
Probably from the gutter where the after party was. Like I'm assuming that was catered sort of in-house.
It seems I have to now go to the gutter.
We'll go. It was really fun. They did it up really well. Like it was like all the little decorations. They had like a claw machine with like little teddy bears and all the things. It was really sick. When we were in the movie, I was the main character of the show, who's John, and his name in real life is Max, was sitting behind us.
Oh.
And the mom was sitting right here. Like we were just surrounded by the cast. And Charlie and I were like,
is the cast, are they famous, or these are their breakout roles?
I think for the main guy who's playing like young Mark Wahlberg from the movie, he's probably, I don't think he's done anything else. The girl, like the cousin that they live with, it kind of acts like the sister. She's been in other things. If I showed you to her, I feel like you would know, but I can't think of anything. I know the mom and the dad have both been in a lot of other stuff. And then obviously Seth MacFarlane, who's voicing
he's in
Ted.
it? Oh, okay, right.
Yeah.
That movie came out what feels like so long ago, and I only saw it once, and I don't think I saw the second, so I'm not really familiar with like, the ins and outs of the cast.
I'm not really either. Charlie was giving me the rundown when we were heading over there. but because the main guy was sitting behind me, he brought like an entourage of like 10 or 15 of his best friends from like high school, and they were having a ball behind us. I felt like
fun.
I was in on the joke. And there's a scene in the first episode
you're turning around and you're like, haha, right guys, and they're like, the fuck is that?
Fuck are you? Exactly. I'm like, but there was a scene in the second episode where his character like pees himself on stage, and all the friends are laughing, and one of them goes, kind of what he was really like in high school, and they're all like dying. I just like, they were so fun.
That's cute.
So yeah, it was really, really lovely. We got home at like 2, because I came back here since we were doing the podcast today. I didn't go to my apartment. We got home like 2 a.m. and then here we are.
Damn.
Yeah.
My God.
You think your bedtime is past 9:30 is crazy for you, like 2 a.m.
2 a.m. It's like cancel all my plans the next day. I'm not okay.
I'm still able to rally from like, unless I get home at like 4 or 5, I'm usually fine.
Well, you're young.
That's true.
Without child.
I'm trying to check my posture now.
I know. Before we started recording, I told Sydney that she hunches like a goblin in all of our podcasts.
Not use the word goblin.
You hunch like a goblin. Sorry.
I was saying to her that when I went to the TikTok Awards, the Jeremiah from Love Island was in my category and sitting next to me. And at one point during like a break, I was just like this. And he just looked at me and went, girl, I'm going to give you a posture check. And I was like,
yeah, when we do our camera checks, Sydney always sits like this. And then when I mean, granted, this is like really tall. Like I'm sitting not like that.
Yeah.
And then when I go back to edit, in every frame you're like this.
Well,
and there's like this much space above your head from the camera because
it's because I'm leaning in for the microphone, so I just pushed my chair in more.
You don't need to lean in. That's why the levels are turned up so that you don't have to be so close.
Okay, fine. If I can lean against the back of the chair, then my posture will be phenomenal.
Well, today on our agenda, we have our usual relevancy roundup. We have 3 submissions from the group chat weigh-in that are all anonymous, and we have some Q&A questions. We will not be doing a TV recap because, as corporate America called upon me, I did not have time to watch Bridgerton, and
there's nothing else out.
Well, we're gonna watch Love Story, and we're gonna talk about that next week, and then we'll talk about Bridgerton and the end of this season.
Yeah,
I don't think there's really anything else.
No,
so
I'm just waiting for Euphoria. I'm like,
April 12th.
Come on out.
Counting.
Is it April? I thought it was June.
No, April.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, April 12th.
So
it's also Milo's birthday. Happy birthday.
I have a feeling that we're going to have a lot to say about Euphoria. Oh, happy birthday, Milo. I sped over that.
On April 12th.
Yeah, we're going to have a lot to say about Euphoria.
Yeah. Okay.
Give me the relevancy roundup, which just reminder for anyone who might be new here, Nikki is, I'm like more chronically online than you are, but I don't pay attention.
You're clearly not.
I don't pay attention to the right things. I know all like the dumb TikTok sounds, and she'll be like, "What are you talking about?" But
I feel like I know those too.
Well, I just did like Nina, and you like.
I happen not to know what that one is.
Whatever. I watch dumb shit, and you like know what's going on in the world, and you also know like all the celebrity gossip, like for our whole lives.
That's my passion.
Yes.
Yeah.
And music too. Like I'm so not on anything until you get me on
less now.
Me, yeah.
There was like a study, I'm going to put this down for a minute, that once you hit the age of like 31 or something, you stop discovering new music. And I do feel that is true for me.
I feel like I have less patience to try to give new things a chance. I'm like, I have 28 years of music library, and I'll just dip back into any.
And if I am taking a 5-minute drive to daycare, I just want to listen to something I like. I don't really want to listen to I don't want to give something new a try. But I did... Unless it's artists I'm loyal to. Like I am loyal to Megan Moroney, for example, and she just released an album. So I am actively listening to the new album and learning those songs. And I will do the same when Noah Khan releases his album, which is maybe this month. That was my number 1 artist the last 2 years in a row. So I will be... Oh, yes. I will be actively engaging with that album heavily, and I need to... learn when the actual date that it's coming out.
I don't have that. Like I'm not an album listener.
You're loyal to television more so.
Yes. And especially if there's an actor that I like, I'll watch like anything that they do. But I'm not an album listener. Like I'll wait to hear the songs that are on the radio or
the popular ones.
Yeah. Or if one of my friends is like, oh, there's kind of an underrated song on here, like I'll give it a listen, but I'm not one to sit there and listen to an entire album. Like
that's okay. You don't have to.
I actually couldn't think of anything.
I'll tell you what's worth your time, but only for like 3 to 4 artists who I care about.
Yes. And speaking of telling me what's worth my time, relevancy roundup.
Right. Okay. Our first story is that Rob Rausch has finally bought Maura Higgins her Birkin bag.
Okay, so that was the night that I was supposed to go to Andy Cohen, that I was supposed to go to Watch What Happens Live, and then I saw the post after, and I was like, damn
I
it.
can't believe. So Mom was here yesterday, was saying that you were supposed to be at Watch What Happens Live that night. Yeah, I'm not. And I was like, I would have been so mad if you went and didn't take me to that. Because Rob and Maura were on.
I know. I didn't know they were going to be on. Those weren't the people that were listed to me. I don't know.
Oh, maybe
I don't know
it changed
why.
last minute.
Maybe. Because it was supposed to be Kristen Kish. That was who I was literally going to do content with. So I don't know what happened there.
Well, whatever it was, the people who were in the audience were blessed.
Yeah, they were. I really should have gone. But you were working that day anyway.
I was in the office, though. I could have just come to your apartment.
Oh, that's true. I didn't.
Wait, it was a Tuesday?
Yeah.
Oh, we did. Actually, I had that work dinner.
Yeah.
So I actually couldn't have gone. Well, anyways, it looks like Rob went to Hermes with Jake Shane. You know Jake Shane?
I saw a picture of them.
I would like to know more about what that was and how that happened. Maybe he's going to be on Jake's podcast like coming up soon. But they went together, and then Rob presented the bag to Maura. It was estimated to be around $16,000. Which is about 7% of his winnings. I did the math.
That is crazy.
But he still has over 200K, so don't worry about him. He's fine.
I'm sure he's fine. That's like crazy behavior for someone who has a girlfriend. If I was the girlfriend of Rob, as he does have a girlfriend, he announced on the Traders Reunion, I would be like, I don't care how badly you feel like you fucked this girl over on a game show. You're not buying her a Birkin bag.
No, I wouldn't be mad about that. I think it's really kind that they had a working relationship on the show. He has a friendship with Maura, and it kind of started off as a joke of like, you're going to buy me a Birkin with that money since you did fuck me over. And he actually did it. I think that's a very lovely thing. And then maybe if I was a girlfriend, I'd say I want a matching Birkin perhaps. And then I wouldn't care.
Something about that is weird for me. I'm like,
I don't think it's weird. It's a friend, and also it got them really good publicity.
Yeah,
that was a whole great marketing scheme.
Well, that's where I'm like, did he pay for the bag, or did he pay full for the bag?
Who else would have paid for it?
I don't know. Maybe Birkin did it because it's like really good publicity for Birkin. Also, not that they need the publicity.
It's Hermes is the company that makes Birkin bags.
Oh, okay. So, I don't know.
I know. Birkin is like that line of that style of bag. And typically a Birkin is impossible to get. You have to be on a wait list, sometimes for years, to have the opportunity to buy a Birkin. And if you go to the store and you want to buy one, you just have to buy whatever's in stock. It's not like, this is the color I want. I think for some, like the Kardashians, I'm sure, are choosing their Birkins. But I've heard anecdotally people say online that if they've gone in to get a Birkin, it's kind of like, you get what you get and you don't get upset.
I have heard that too. I also, like, the only thing I know about Birkin is on Gilmore Girls, Rory dates like this really rich boy in the last couple seasons, and he buys her a Birkin bag, and and she doesn't know what it is.
Oh, that's so funny.
And her grandmother, who like very much does know, is like, fucking 20-year-old girl is a Birkin bag. I don't even have a Birkin bag. Like,
I feel like she could have. They were rich.
Yeah, they really were.
Rich.
But for whatever reason, she never got that Birkin. And he bought one for her. Logan Huntsberger. We all need a boyfriend like Logan Huntsberger to buy us a Birkin bag. Did she stay with him? No, it really pisses me off to talk about it, honestly. He proposed at the end of the season and she said no, and it still irritates me to this day. And
Spoiler alert.
Then in the
Although
reboot,
if you haven't watched Gilmore Girls, it's been
you're about 20 years too late to say things like spoiler alert if you have not seen it.
I haven't seen it, but I won't. I don't care.
You would never watch that.
I tried.
Have you?
When I was pregnant, all I could do was lay on the couch because Logan was sitting inside my rib cage and I was uncomfortable. And I tried to watch Gilmore Girls and I'm sorry to tell you, I could not.
That show is not your vibe.
No,
and I'm not surprised by it at all.
Yeah.
But so he proposed and she says no. And then in the reboot that happened like a few years ago, they're cheating on his fiance and sleeping together. And I just fucking hate it. I hate everything about the way that show ended.
And his name is Logan.
Yeah.
And my son's name is Logan.
You know, I actually never thought about that before, but yeah.
I obviously also didn't because I didn't know.
Well, I'm like obsessed with him and it like never occurred to me. Yeah.
Well, it's not his namesake because I didn't know who that was when I picked that name. So
I don't think we ever talked about how you picked that name.
I just liked it.
Good answer.
Just like that name. That's it.
Boom.
Okay. Our next category. Story, topic, whatever. Amanda Batula and West Wilson. Hold on, let me try that again. Amanda Batula and West Wilson allegedly dating.
I don't know who either of those
Okay.
people are.
Yes. Okay. Hold on. Amanda from Summer House.
Yeah.
And West from Summer House, who dated Sierra, are allegedly casually dating.
Wait, I'm unwrapping so much in my brain. First of all, Batula is like the weirdest last name ever.
Italian.
I never knew either of their last names, but like, whoa. Like
I have
recently,
obviously so many thoughts. Right. So this rumor came out yesterday. It was on Dumois, which you probably also don't know what that is.
No.
Don't worry about it. And there have been a lot of pictures and like commentary online of people seeing West out at these random bars in New York City with other girls.
Okay.
So it's kind of an unfounded rumor at the moment. I don't really know if there's anything to it, but I did notice Amanda has been posting on Instagram a lot since she announced the breakup. I actually went to her profile this morning and counted, just because, first of all, I'm all for a girl getting her bag. Like I will always like a post where that's an ad, because I want to engage with her content, because I want her to make money and continue to make content. So I'm fine with that. But she has posted 8 ads in 4 weeks. So this girl, that tells me she is completely not affiliated with Loverboy anymore. She is going to be on that new show in the city in the fall. Yeah. Or it's already filmed, but it's coming out whenever it comes out. She's making money from that. And I'm wondering if she's going to step away from Summer House and she's subsidizing that money. Or if she's now just, I don't know, she's squirreling it away because she's one person instead of 2.
Yeah. I mean, also, I'm sure that I don't know how brand deals go. Like, I try to space out my brand deals and not take every single one that comes my way. I don't know how often brand deals are coming at like the Summer House cast.
I'm sure constantly.
Really?
Yes.
But there might be
she has like 1 million plus followers on Instagram.
Yeah.
And she's very relevant right now because of the breakup. And now her show is currently on air.
I bet she's taking advantage of the fact that, I mean, she's always, been famous, and I'm sure she gets brand deals, but right now
she never ever posted up. Like, she was really not someone who was active on Instagram. Really at all.
Being single, as we know, will do that to a girl.
Yeah. So she has been on Instagram a lot, and she has been posting a lot of content with West. So I'm going to say a bunch of names. You're not going to know who these people are.
Great.
Because as chronically online as you are, maybe we're just in different online spheres. There is a chef named Lamb Chop. Her real name is Tess. She lives in Williamsburg, and she is engaged to a girl named Carly Shapiro, who is one of the 2 sisters who does Sisters Snacking, which is also like a food content bloggy Instagram.
You're just speaking a totally different language right now.
I'm very much in the food space.
Yes.
Like, I love food content. So I follow both of them.
Okay.
They are a very adorable couple. They're engaged. Tess Lamb Chop, I'll have to send you some of her content after. She has, in the last like year, I would say, done a lot of collab cooking with other creators. And she does videos with West every couple of months. During that big snowstorm a few weeks ago, Amanda, West, Carly, and Tess all spent, it looks like a couple days together in the apartment. They made some food content. They went to a bar. And I did think, I didn't think that West and Amanda were necessarily dating, but it did feel kind of double datey.
Yeah, couples trip.
Right?
Yeah.
Couples staycation. So now these rumors coming out that maybe they are actually seeing each other, that doesn't surprise me as much based upon the fact that they've been spending a lot of time together. And aside from that couple days of the snowstorm, Amanda's with West a lot.
Yeah.
But why would Amanda ever do that to Sierra? That's kind of insane.
You know what? I believe everything now. Like, with social media and the way people get things, like, there's not even reasons to make up shit anymore the way the tabloids used to, because there's so many people with phones that catch things all the time. I believe everything. And everything.
But do you believe Amanda would do that to Sierra?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think she would. I actually think these rumors are probably fake.
I don't think she would like to, but I think a lot of rumors lately have truth to that. Even things that seem like so far-fetched. And they all end up being fucking true. Like Kelsey Ballerini and Chase Stokes with their like on and off whatever. And when they first broke up, everyone was like, that's not true. They just haven't been seen together and these rumors are getting out of control. And then it was true.
It's not crazy for a couple to date and then break up. though. Like,
I know,
if they're already dating, a rumor of them breaking up if they haven't been seen together is like, okay, well, it could be true, it could not be true. But Amanda could date anyone, and she picked her friend's ex.
I don't know why. I just am inclined to believe it. I don't really know that much about these people. We'll see. But when I think about some of the things that have come out in the last even like 10 years, like one of the biggest that comes to mind is like when Kylie Jenner was pregnant, and it was like treated as this like conspiracy theory, and everyone was like, she's not fucking pregnant. That would be the craziest thing ever. Yeah. She's 19, and then she was. Right. Like, I'm just like, right. With the way that information spreads these days, right? Like tabloids, it was almost like certain that whatever was in the tabloids or like was fake. In like the days of like Britney, like a lot of that shit was fake.
Well, there was no internet.
Right.
So things were, I don't know, that was just different because there weren't as many people with phones available ready to capture things.
That's literally what I'm saying.
Right.
That now I feel like there's a lot more truth when they publish something because there's a lot of people with phones who are witnessing stuff. Someone probably saw them like kiss at a restaurant or something. Maybe. There's got to be some.
Yeah, but then that would have been included in any of the details, and I didn't see any details really whatsoever.
I feel like it's true, and I'm curious to see if it...
Okay. Well, they themselves have been posting each other, so that could be a reason why the rumor started. Everything I just said, or they could just be friends. So I think I'm hoping that it's not real because I would be sad to think Amanda would do that to Sierra. Yeah. And I don't think she would. Okay. Amanda's a girl's girl at the end of the day. We have some book news, which is, so it's relevant to me, your face. It's relevant to me for the Relevancy Roundup. It's not really relevant to you. Okay. The first one that I'll just say, and then like we'll move on because you won't have commentary. Daisy Edgar Jones has been cast in the adaptation of Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow, which is a book that I read that was really good. She, I think, was in Twister with Glenn Powell.
Oh, okay.
So that's who she is.
Cool. She was also in
I'm trying to think what else.
Where the Crawdads Sing.
Oh, I read the book and I actually didn't see the movie.
I didn't read the book. Obviously, the movie was good. The movie was good. You should give it a watch.
Maybe I will. So that's that. I'm neutral. I have no feelings on her. So maybe this will be the thing that makes me love her.
I like her. I've seen her like those two roles, and I feel like she was in something else that I can't remember. But those two roles could not have been more different. Mm-hmm. And she nailed both. Like, yeah, she's great.
Well, the Twister role was like you're just kind of playing like a flirt.
Yeah, fair. But
then they never kissed in that movie.
What?
They never kissed
in Twisters?
Yes.
Wait, I would be willing to bet money. At the end,
he like runs to the airport and they like hug and walk off camera. They don't kiss, and I thought it was the craziest thing.
I would like be willing to bet money that that's not true. Are you sure?
Wait, yes, I'm gonna look it up. Can I speak into the?
Because I feel like maybe they didn't kiss at the end, but they kissed at some other point in the movie.
Hold on, wait. Wait. Okay.
Literally just put, do they kiss in Twisters?
Do Edgar wait is what was searched.
Just put, do they kiss in Twisters?
It's sorry. Stop it. Okay, hold on. Wait, now I have to delete my old search. Okay. Do Glenn Powell and Daisy Edgar Jones kiss in Twister?
Twisters.
All right, wait. Do not kiss is just in big Amazon's browser, which who even knew?
So dumb. What is this, a fucking Disney Channel movie?
I know. I was really mad about it. The end of the movie, I was like, I actually hate this movie now because the whole time, really, the movie is about the tornadoes, but really the movie is about their love story. Yeah. And they don't kiss.
That's so crazy.
If they're not going to kiss, if there isn't going to be like maybe like a light sex scene, it's like, what are we here for?
Yeah.
The Twisters?
I mean, I love a tornado. That is part of the side of TikTok that I'm on. I just love to watch tornado videos. I actually am too.
I really do also love natural disaster videos. I don't love a natural disaster, but if there is going to be one and it's captured, yeah, it's fascinating.
I'm also big on watching the videos of like cruise ships going through like insane waves.
I get a lot of those too.
Yeah, we're weather people, I guess. We're weather people. I've always been. I used to love growing up. I was constantly watching Twister. We do get like, they don't have a sex scene, but we get the Bill and Joe very passionate kiss at the end when they
first movie,
the tornado. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's been a while since I've seen that one.
I'm letting you know. We do get a very passionate kiss at the end of that
Helen
movie.
Hunt, and who was the guy? You have no idea, do you?
No, but I know he's been in other stuff.
Hold on. I feel like it was Kevin Costner. Who are the stars of the original Twister?
No, it's not Kevin Costner.
Oh, Bill Paxton.
Yeah.
Why did I think it was Kevin Costner?
He was in something recently, and
Wait, who's Kevin Costner?
What?
Who's Kevin Costner?
The one from Yellowstone. Well, you didn't watch that. John Dutton.
Yeah. Yeah, I stand by being confused about thinking he was in Twister.
Yeah, no, I understand that. I'm a big Kevin Costner fan. I love Kevin Costner.
Yeah. He's beautiful.
He was great in Yellowstone. I know you couldn't get into that show, but John Dutton will always have a special place in my heart.
Yeah, it was not for me. Okay. Our last piece of book news. This might go way over your head, but I think once I start explaining it, you'll get it. Okay. Sarah J. Maas has announced 2 new ACOTAR books being released, one in October of this year, one in January of next year.
Okay.
You know that I love like my fantasy fairy smut books. What? It's true.
The word
smut is a real category, and it doesn't take away from the literary.
I know what magic, it is. It's just the actual word always like catches me off guard.
I love my sexual fairies.
Yeah.
And ACOTAR, which is short for A Court of Thorns and Roses, which if you were someone who read, I would tell you to read that.
I know about the books. First of all, I thought you just said Avatar, and I'm realizing you said ACOTAR.
Also love Avatar, but no.
Yeah. If you remember, I met a girl. I was like talking to this girl in like a work setting. And she asked me, have you ever read a Court of Thorns and Roses? And for whatever reason, like I genuinely meant to say no. I wasn't trying to lie. I actually meant to be like, no. But I was like, yeah. And then I panic texted you from the bathroom. And I was like, what happens in the second book? I'm pretending that I read it.
I don't even remember that.
And you like gave me the rundown of what went on.
Well, ACOTAR is a like gateway drug. So anyone who reads that then gets into fantasy. So that was my gateway drug.
Okay.
That I read maybe 4 years ago. And then I read all the rest of the books in that series within like less than 12 months.
Yeah.
And I have been patiently waiting, not so patiently, for SJM to release the new books. And she announced that she, on Alex Cooper's podcast, that she's releasing, it's like 2 books, but they are like multi-volumes, all part of like one story. And it's so long that she couldn't make it one singular book.
Okay.
And I love that for me. And for all the other ACOTAR girlies. So that is big book, like huge book news.
What is SJM?
Sarah J. Maas.
Oh,
that's the name of the author.
You do like GVP for Grace Van Patten.
And look, now you can GVP too. You're welcome.
You love to nickname people that we don't know.
I mean, I'm not going to say her whole name every time.
You're like my close personal friend. I call her GVP.
Yeah. What is that? What is that?
No idea. I got home at 2 a.m. I don't know what I'm doing.
SJM is a largely used acronym.
Okay.
Is that an acronym? Yeah. A nickname, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So that's our relevancy roundup.
That's the whole thing?
That was 4 stories.
Yeah, I thought you were going to put in there. I like was so sure that I was going to know one of the relevancies this week, and I was going to be like, I already knew that because Tom Holland and Zendaya are married.
Okay, well, that's rumor. But I did have that on my list that I didn't choose. But here's the thing. We record on a Friday, and it doesn't come out till Monday. By the time the podcast comes out, I don't want the stories to be stale. And that story is already like 5 days old,
I guess. So
I'm trying to pick things that happened yesterday and the day before.
Yeah.
Or even this morning, which nothing happened this morning. So there was nothing for me to use.
Yeah.
It's actually like a lot of pressure I put on myself to have fresh stories for like the one person that watches our podcast, and it's our mom.
Yeah.
But I don't, one day when we're very, very famous from this amazing content that we create, I want the stories to be fresh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Also why I don't listen to other podcasts kind of anymore. I've lost I love my podcast that I listen to, and I try not to listen as much because I don't want it to influence my personality and my stories.
Yeah. I feel that. I now like writing the group chat TV show. I'm like not watching like any shows that feel similar because it's supposed to be kind of like a modern sitcom. I say that very loosely, but I'm trying not to watch like any of those shows because I don't want to end up like getting the jokes and the plots like stuck in my head and have it influence the writing. So I've been like really laying off TV unless it's like I've been rewatching Desperate Housewives because that's the furthest thing from my show that I can think of.
Yeah, it's hard.
It's
hard to be creative in these times.
So hard to be such a creative girly. I do want to check the mics really quick because I always get anxiety when my laptop goes to this screen.
Okay.
I'll just entertain you until she gets back. Pop it, lock it, polka dot it, country, violin, hip hop it. Put your honk in the sky, move side to side, jump to the left, stick it, glide, zigzag, cross the floor, shuffle, diagonal. Welcome back.
What's happening? What is happening?
180 twist and then a zigzag, step inside, lean it left and clap 3 times. Yeah.
I actually just saw a video on TikTok the other day of a girl doing that at her wedding. And she like really thought she was doing something by posting that video, and she was getting absolutely demolished in the comments of people being like, please stop.
I would do that at my wedding on the dance floor with other people, but I wouldn't post it. Was she doing it alone?
No, there were some people also doing it, but they weren't going as hard as she was going. I don't know. It wasn't. You weren't watching that being like, this is cool.
No. That's fair.
Yeah.
Also, for me, it won't be the Hoedown Throwdown. It will be Cruisin' for a Bruisin' from Teen Beach Movie.
I don't know what that is.
It's okay. We have different interests.
To say the least.
Okay. I'm going to fix my hair before I read the group chat weigh-in because last week I'm on camera so much and I always I'm fine when I film on TikTok and whatever, and then I watch this podcast and I hate the way I look every week.
Yeah, it's because you're sitting like this.
I don't think that's why. I just think I'm always bloated because we do this on a Friday and I always go out on Thursday, so my face always looks like chubby, and also I just am chubby right now.
No, oh my God, okay. Moving on.
Group chat weigh-in. Nikki's really tired of listening to me talk about this, but when I moved out of the city, I gained like 15 pounds, and it's like all I talk about.
Yeah, and then I had a baby, so I'm like, I cannot really...
Yeah, and you're already back to your like normal weight. You're smaller than me. You had a child last year and you're smaller than me.
My body is not the same. There are things I need to go back and like tone things, and I don't have time, but like... Yeah, anyway, I gained like 35 pounds. So when you're like, I gained 10 pounds, I'm like, okay, but you also didn't get ripped in half.
I mean, it was like more than 10, probably like 15 to 20. Anyway, the group chat weigh-in. We have 3 this week that I picked. So I got over like 200 submissions of group chat stories, which is crazy.
From last week. So you just went back to the...
Yeah. But I also, and they've been coming in all week, like still they're coming in.
Oh, good.
I also have a lot of people really confused because I was like, I want to make a real life group chat, and I'm getting messages from people just being like, can I be added to the group chat? And I'm like, no, guys, it's not. Like so many of those messages, people
it's like
are very
it's like a metaphorical group chat.
I'm like it's
here
not
we are in our group chat together talking about your texting issues.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then people are like, you should make a real group chat. And I'm like, no, because I know there would be all kinds of bullying and fuckery, and I'm not about to like monitor a group chat with all of these people in it. Like,
right. And your notifications would be out of control. Protect the children. Because we can't protect the children in the group chat. It's impossible.
Yeah,
you're right.
I have young.
It's for the children
that I know would be in there, and then I would have like some fucking 30-year-old man bullying a 12-year-old girl, and I would have to step in, and I don't feel like bringing that energy to my life. Anyway, the group chat weigh-in. Our first story. These are all really universal. Like every time I read one, I'm like, oh, I feel that. Number 1. Okay, so this is the opposite of Haley bringing her boyfriend to dinner. My friend has been seeing this guy for a few months, and it's not that she asks to bring him places, it's that she's always ditching me to go hang out with him. And sometimes she lies about it. I'm getting frustrated that I get dressed to go out and she bails by 11 p.m. sometimes to go see him. How do I bring this up to her without sounding like I'm just bitter that I'm single?
And also every time we talked about this, like every time a girl is like, you're with your boyfriend too much, everyone's like lesbian, and it's like, you can just love your friends and not be gay for her.
Yeah. But also
it's like okay to be gay for I'm gay for my friends.
You can be gay for your friends.
You don't kiss your friends?
Yeah, what the fuck is wrong with you? I will say there's a difference between like being with your boyfriend all the time and not making time for your friends, which is annoying enough, but asking your friends to go out and get ready and then bailing, it's like, then don't ask me to go out. Right. Just go hang out with this guy.
I think you need to invite more friends. I think if there's a group of you, and then you can just not care when she leaves.
Yeah.
But how do you say it to her? You would just say, you keep ditching me for him. So if you're going to ask me to go out, you have to stay with me until at least 1 a.m. or whatever time. You have to.
I think you can, in this situation, because it's not malicious, it's a clear situation. And also I would be interested to know, are they act, like she said, seeing this guy, it's not her boyfriend. I'm like, is she waiting around to get a text from him? And so she's using you as that in between time. And then the second he texts her, she runs over there. Like, what is the situation? I might say it in a joking way. For me, this would be a situation where it's like show, don't tell, because I would just start hanging out.
Meaning what?
I would just start hanging out with other people and
you wouldn't say anything? Do you take a passive aggressive route?
In this situation, yeah. I would just kind of hang out with other people and maybe let her get the hint. And then if she said something, I'd be like, no, I love you, but like you recently, like I'm getting dressed and going to meet you and you're like ditching me.
Oh, I would just say it.
I would just say it. I had the situation recently, and she'll know I'm talking about her, but I don't care because we're just friends like that. She's not going to give a shit. But one of my friends, I was living up here still and going down to the city, and she had started seeing this guy again, and it was kind of like nobody knew about it, that they were seeing each other again. And so for like 4 or 5 nights in a row that I went all the way down there, she ditched me by like midnight, which is so unusual for us, or like 11. And then weeks later, she was like, yeah, by the way, that was because I was going to see him. And
you were like, I know.
I was like, you're not fooling anyone. Right. But also like, you suck and that's it. And I wasn't that mad about it. And I was like, we move on.
Right. I would just say it. Just be like, if next time she said, oh, do you want to hang out? I'd say, yeah, but only if you're not going to ditch me for so-and-so. I think that's like all, and then ha ha ha, like you give a little laugh. Like it doesn't have to be anything crazy. You point it out. Either she doesn't know she's doing it and she's like, oh, I'm really sorry. Or she does know she's doing it and she thinks she's being sly. And you just tell her, you're not being sly and I'm going to stop hanging out with you. And then she makes a change. I think that's an easy one.
I'm like just really not confrontational. And I feel like
know. And you had confrontational advice in the last episode and people were like, Sydney's right. Confrontation is the way. And I'm like, none of you people would be confrontational. I absolutely know you're all just saying that you would. It's way easier said than done. No one would approach their friend and be like, you suck.
No, I think in that situation, for whatever reason, it felt easier to be like, hey, I just like want to make sure that we have like an equalness. Like I'm listening to you a lot. I want to make sure you're listening to me. I actually have said that because it doesn't feel that confrontational to me. It does feel head on and it feels very like we're getting to the point, but it doesn't feel like hard to say. It doesn't feel hard to say. This feels a little hard to say. I would have a hard time going to my friend and being like, stop ditching me for your boyfriend. And like,
I wouldn't.
I wouldn't. But, so again, who's right? Would you take the passive aggressive approach and just kind of let it play out and maybe hang out with other people and kind of let her get the hint and wait till she brings it up? And then you could be like, you're ditching me for your boyfriend, so I've been hanging out with other people. Or would you just say to her, you're ditching me for your boyfriend, cut that out?
And like, seriously, guys, you did me really dirty in Sydney's TikTok comments last time. Can you just like pick my side? What the hell? I know you don't know me like that, but watch the podcast. Like you'll get to know me like that. I'm great. I'm lovely.
I genuinely don't think that they were picking my side because they're my followers. I think they were picking my side because I was right.
No. And they were all lying about being confrontational. You guys are liars. Sorry.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Number 2. I recently introduced my best friend from college. Oh, this one really grinds my gears.
Okay.
I recently introduced my best friend from college to my work friend. The three of us made a group chat and have been all getting along really well. But lately, they've been hanging out without me. Sometimes they'll even write in the group chat that they're already out and that I should come meet them. It's not that they're fully excluding me, although sometimes they do, but it's more that they clearly prefer each other over me. How do I bring this up to them, or should I?
Here's the thing. I'm going to give you a little tough love, okay? They maybe mesh better together than you mesh with either one of them.
Yeah.
And that happens in this world. And you have to let them have their friendship that doesn't involve you. And then they also individually have a friendship with you. Mm-hmm. And then all three of you have a group. But it's okay for people to hang out without you. Like, we are adults. You're allowed to have dinner with your one friend and not invite everyone else. And they're allowed to have dinner without you. Like But
she introduced them.
Okay.
It feels mean. It feels mean to me.
She has a monopoly on her friendships with them now. Like no one else can be friends because she was the original friend.
No, I'm not saying that, but I slightly disagree. This is where I actually fully disagree. This is why I disagree. Because in this situation, if they were hanging out without her, then just don't fucking say anything. Like you don't have to know. You putting in the group chat like, we're at this bar, come meet us. That feels like you're trying to piss her off.
No, it doesn't. It feels like you're trying to be inclusive and you're inviting her to come.
I guess it depends on the people.
Like, okay, we had dinner and now we're going to get drinks. Do you want to come for drinks? I think people are too sensitive sometimes. Like, chill. People are allowed to hang out without you. Sorry, they are. Okay, people are adults. They're allowed to have relationships, and you don't have to be part of every single relationship that they are part of because you were friends first. Let their friendship happen. Let it blossom. Be happy that your friends are friends. If it does get to a point where they are excluding you, like truly 9 out of 10 times they are doing stuff and they're not telling you about it, and they do seem to want to hang out without you there, then I think you can bring it up and say, I'm feeling a little hurt that you guys hang out without me a lot. I'd love to get the invite.
Yeah.
Don't make it about I introduced you. Like, you're not the owner of these people. They're allowed to do whatever they want.
I don't know. I've had it happen where I introduced 2 people and it's not really like an exclusion, but there was a thing in college where I like introduced 2 of my friends and then we would be like in class and one of the friends would be like, oh my God, my friend so-and-so said this. And I would be like, your friend? Like, you met like last week and she's my friend. And
college is also
like,
different.
Quoting her to me. I would say there's nothing you can do about it and I would not bring it up. But I will also say that your feeling is 100% valid in being like, I introduced them and it's really annoying that they're now hanging out without me. I think it's valid. I'm not as mature as you.
Your feeling is valid and maybe work on having less of those feelings.
I do not agree. I'm like, we're fucking adults and this
right,
like,
we're adults. Why do these people have to include you in their every move?
No, it's opposite. I'm like, yeah, when we were in high school, you didn't like, that was the time where you had to learn like, okay, not everyone has to be friends with everyone. You have to learn that you're not going to be invited to everything. I'm like, we're fucking adults. Like, just include your friends. Like, how hard is it to include your friends? And if you decide that you want to like talk about something. I have
such a good counterpoint for you.
If you decide that you want to talk about something that you maybe don't want the other person to know, fine, go to each other's apartments, hang out, and you don't need to post about it, and nobody ever needs to know about it, and that's it. Then you can have your little secret
But why do we
hangouts.
have to cower in fear and shroud ourselves in secrecy? Because
why do you have to post it and shout from the rooftops, we're hanging out?
Did she say that they were posting, here? Or she just said that they're not including her?
I think the specific thing of them, like, let's say you introduce, like, let's say randomly Camilla and I become, like, best friends. And then Camilla and I are texting you like, oh my God, we did like brunch today and we had this whole day together and now we're at this bar. You should come meet us. Like, isn't that kind of annoying?
No, because you're my sister. And also, like, wouldn't happen.
Camilla loves me.
Yeah. No. Did you guys get brunch recently?
No. I am on Camilla's close friends story.
Good. And you know what? That doesn't bother me. Because I'm really happy that you're being included.
There's something about the situation that irritates me, and that is what I will say.
I see part of her point, and I also think it's okay to not be invited to everything. Because I've been on the other side of it where it's like, God forbid I should have a dinner with 1 or 2 people and not invite a 3rd or 4th person. And then it's like World War III when not everything has to be a group hang. And I think it's really annoying when people are like, I can't believe I wasn't invited. Like, okay, it's not like I had 90% of our friend group and not you. If it's a one-on-one situation, you don't need to be included in everything. That's my personal standpoint.
I kind of agree with that. I don't think you need to be included in everything. Although I'm just like, it feels very high school to be like, we're going to have a dinner, just the 3 of us, because we just want to be the 3 of us. And like, we don't need her. Like, it's fucking stupid. But also,
no, it's not even the 3 of them. It's the 2 of them.
Post on your Instagram story. Don't put it in the group chat with this other person and announce that you've been hanging out all day without her.
Invitation.
An invitation to the end of the day where they've been spending the entire day together.
She didn't say that. You are making up details.
She literally wrote in here, sometimes they will write in the group chat that they've already been hanging out and I should come meet them.
Yeah, who said they were together for 12 hours? Maybe they got dinner.
We agree to disagree. Okay. I think you are more than valid, and maybe I'm not as mature as my sister over here, but personally, I feel that we're a little bit too old. If you don't like one of your friends enough to like exclude them all the fucking time, don't be friends. Don't be friends. If you actually can't bring it in yourself to be inclusive, I also think the thing with you is that you have like 1,000 friends. Like, I have smaller groups of friends where like if I went to lunch with Shannon and Nicole was in town and we didn't invite her, like, that's just mean. There's no reason for that. Like, invite her. And if you actually needed to hang out so much without her, then
Shannon and Nicole don't live here. So it would be mean if you didn't see her when she was in town.
I mean, I just think even if they both lived here all around, you have a big, like your high school friends is like 15 people. So that I understand that if you wanted to have dinner with like, let's say just Camilla and Anna, you maybe don't need to invite the entire friend group, and you don't want to feel like every time the two of you do something, the entire extended friend group needs to have an invite. I think that makes more sense.
Well, yeah, I think we don't know what her friend group looks like, and let's move on.
I don't agree with you.
That's fine. You don't have to agree with me.
This is the third one. You will be able to speak more to this than I will, because I've never been married. I've had like one friend who's gotten married. You have been married. So one of my friends is really starting to piss me off. I just love the way they started that. We're getting married around the same time, and every single time I post in the group chat about my bridal shower, bachelorette, or wedding, she takes over the conversation with her wedding. This past weekend, I texted in our group chat about the date of my bachelorette, and she responds saying she wanted to do hers that weekend. What should I do other than slap her? Which one?
I think you should slap her.
I think you should slap her. Petition to slap this girl. Handing that back to you.
I mean, you could make it into a joke. Like, I might, if I was going to write in the group chat about something of my, let's say my bachelorette party, I would write, I want to have my bachelorette party. Like we did mine in Nashville. Like I want to go to Nashville for my bachelorette party, and no, Sydney, this is not a conversation about you. If we can focus on me for a second, like LOL. It's a little passive aggressive, but it's also just regular aggressive, which is like my special brand of texting when someone's being annoying.
I would probably not say that in the first text.
But it's already happened. So now it's like,
I would wait for it to happen again.
Okay. And then in the middle of her changing the subject, you would be like, wait, but back to me.
Yes. Like I would, because I would give her the opportunity, like when they say like give them enough rope to hang themselves, instead of being like saying that off the bat, where someone, depending on who it is, they might be like, I wasn't going to say that, and that was really aggressive. They could turn it around on you.
Yeah.
Wait,
let me just recant my statement, because like I have been told I'm aggressive. So, I mean, I think maybe you should take Sydney's advice on this one.
I would be like,
you don't want to like come out of the gate hot, which I have done apparently.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's like what I love about you.
Oh, thanks.
It's like a trait. But I would be like, here's my information about my bachelorette. Let me know, like, is everyone good for this weekend? And if that girl was like, oh, I was thinking about doing mine that weekend, I would just be like, well, I already picked this weekend, so maybe you should pick another one. Or if she tried to change it to like, oh, I was thinking about my bachelorette, I'd be like, oh, amazing, let's talk about that in a minute, but I really need answers about the question I just asked. Can you also answer my question in addition to the rest of the group? Like I would wait for her to do it and then be like, hi, attention.
Right. Yeah.
Clap if you can hear me.
I think this is the kind of thing where you need to potentially enlist a third party. So, because I've had at times like go to dinner with someone who was kind of like a known changer of the subject to be like, anyways, let's make this about me. Yeah. And there's an understanding between the other friends of like, oh, this is someone who kind of like does that often. Yeah. And so if I'm talking about myself, you change the subject and make it about you. And we have a third party here who's like, wait, hold on. Before we talk about you, I want Nikki to finish what she's saying.
Yes.
So first of all, you should always be that like loyal person who's going to check someone when they're being an asshole.
Yeah.
And maybe they don't realize it and they just like need to be brought back down to earth for a second. But if you have someone in the chat who you are close with, who you can enlist and be like, would you mind if she changes the subject, bringing us back? And you can say it in a way that's not aggressive.
Yes.
If I say it, it has to be aggressive, because I'm like, wait, we're talking about me. You might want someone else to be like, hold on, Sydney had a point that she was trying to make. Can we focus on that for a second?
Yes. First of all, that is a power move. And
I was going to say from whose side? From the person enlisting help.
Yes, that is a power move. And that's how the group chat like started. That was where like so much of my idea for the group chat came from, was this idea of like having allies in the chat and calling someone and being like, who's responding first? Okay, you should respond first. And then I'll say this, and like planning out how we're going to like fight this person. It's really funny.
Yeah.
Also, one of the things I love about our relationship is that we come from an Italian family, and there's a lot of like talking over each other at the table. You and I always do that for each other at dinner. I will say, maybe this is me just feeling this way, and it could not be the truth. It could be my perception, but I do feel that I have a harder time getting attention at the table than other people, unless I'm talking about work, because nowadays everyone loves to hear about like the TikTok stuff and like my work in the industry, and mom will ask a million questions. But if I'm just telling a story, it's almost, and I love my mom, we're just being honest, my mom will like listen to you, listen to Aaron, whatever, and then the minute I start talking, she'll be like, does anyone want more potatoes? Does anyone need anything?
Let me, I think back in the day, you were a meandering storyteller.
Yeah.
And so that did happen a lot. Like their side conversations would break off if a story went on too long. And that probably.
No, that I understand. Like it made sense back in the day.
So these days, that's not, like you are an adult now and like you just tell stories normally and concisely. And I think.
Like old habits die hard.
Yeah, like I think it's in your head from how it was like growing up when you were in an impressionable time.
Yeah.
Because I don't believe that like me, Aaron, Dad, Charlie are not listening when you're speaking. I think mom is listening. Mom just does that to everyone, by the way. Like she can't help herself. She has a thought. It has to come out of her mouth.
Yeah. I don't know. I said it could be my perception, but I feel like I have the hardest time grabbing attention at the table when I'm speaking. I feel like it's when all these other things start to go on. I also get very overstimulated. I can be the biggest bitch. I remember we went to a Mexican restaurant one time and I'm like trying to read the menu and mom is like reading the menu out loud and being like, ooh, chicken fajitas, that sounds good. And like reading the menu. And then there's a really loud mariachi band playing in the back. And I actually got up from the table and went outside and dad was like, are you okay? And I was like, I'm going to fucking strangle someone.
Yeah,
like,
you do get overstimulated quickly.
I do. So
I try. Because of that specifically, I do try to dampen some of the background noise happening at the table because I know that, especially if you're telling a story, you cannot finish that story if someone else is even like coughing sitting next to you. So I'm like, so if mom has like a comment to make or whatever the case is at the table, I do try because I know that that's like a pet peeve of yours.
It's not even just a pet peeve. I don't know how to explain it. It's like when there's other noise going on, I actually like it's like part of my
your
ADD,
brain like shuts off.
Like, I can't think. Like I actually can't even think of what I'm saying. And nowadays we have a baby at the table a lot of the time. So there's dogs barking, baby crying, and I can try to navigate through. But then on top of it, if my mom thinks she's being quiet and goes to my brother-in-law, Aaron, do you want more potatoes? Literally across me while I'm speaking. I'm like, I'm gonna slap a bitch. Like, shut the fuck up for 5 minutes.
She is good about like she has a strength and she could talk over any noise happening. Like the dogs are barking. Everyone else is like, shut these dogs up, and mom could just carry on. Yeah. She doesn't hear it.
Because mom's brain is already chaotic.
Her brain is so loud.
So she like has no problem.
Right. So anyway, unless a third party. Yeah. Okay. Q&A. We have 3 questions and I'm going to read the username. So hopefully I don't get them wrong.
Okay.
First question. What was your experience like at the Kids' Choice Awards? That came from Harm was here.
Yeah. It was like so long ago too. It was June, I think. It was good. My best friend, my like childhood best friend lives in Hawaii. So I flew myself out, got us like a really bougie hotel in Santa Monica. I was like, we're going to do it up for the weekend. I loved my dress. My look.
Your hair. You looked so beautiful and like cool.
Yeah. I should have done something more like that looking back for the TikTok awards because I kind of hated my TikTok awards
you also
look.
like struggled to find a dress that you liked and it kind of came down to the wire. So I think that was. Yeah.
Well, I quite literally had a stylist like bail on me at the last minute. So I was like, ran to Bloomingdale's and tried to shop, which is another lesson. If you're busy, just say you're busy. Don't tell people that you're going to help them and then not.
I tried to help you, but we have vastly different style.
You are very like
simple.
Not even simple. You have like this high-end glam. Like you really pick dresses that I could see like on a runway and like a look. And I just can't be that. I would love to be more high fashion.
I think you
I'm
can
just
be
not.
That.
I just hate them. Like I hate these high fashion looks. It's not my fault. But
yeah, I was like picking something for you where I'm like, this is like such a moment. And you were like, no.
I was like, it's the wrong moment.
No, it was the right moment maybe for someone else.
Yeah, the wrong moment for me.
Right.
In my mind, like I'm always just trying to like dress like Hannah Montana. I don't know. So like the high end fashion things don't work for me.
Like everything you were picking was like a color, and I was like, what about black? Which I think you ended up wearing.
Black, yeah. No, because I had that strapless red gown that came and it didn't fit, but that was stunning. Stand by.
I think I liked that one.
You did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It just did. It was slightly too small, and I was like, fuck, I knew I should have gotten a bigger size, and it wasn't going to come in time. But yeah, so anyway, Kids' Choice Awards. My dress for the Kids' Choice Awards slayed. My hair slayed. My makeup slayed. It was so good.
Yeah.
I definitely will do something like that again. That hair was great on me. And I cut my hair that morning just to be able to do those pieces.
Oh,
my
really?
hair was long, so they were like trimming it when I was getting my
I did
glam
that
done.
as a bridesmaid once.
Did you?
I was like, can you just give me little wispies in the front?
Wispies.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to do it for the look.
Yeah.
But yeah, that day, basically that whole weekend was Kids' Choice Awards. They shut down the Santa Monica Pier and had like a Kids' Choice Awards party. That was really fun. Shannon and I like rode all the rides, which we later found out are like not really that safe, but Santa Monica Pier, I thought they were, whatever. So we rode all the rides. That was really fun. They had a couple of events leading up, and then the day of the Kids' Choice Awards, I remember so clearly, like you get there and there was like this outside party in a tent for influencers before the show started. So we're like going into this tent, and I know in my head specific like names who always go to the Kids' Choice Awards, and I'm literally in the middle of telling Shannon like, I know Sam and Colby always come to this. I like have been following them since I was in like middle school. I was like, I know they're gonna be there. And as I'm telling her, I look and there's one person in front of me online for the carpet, and I was like, oh my God. So I was like freaking out, and the whole time like trying not to stare at them, but like, how do you not? But yeah, I couldn't not stare at them. I couldn't. And that was really cool. I met a bunch of other really cool people. I met like Brooke Monk and some other TikTokers that I like recognized, which was really fun. And a lot of people were coming up to me because the group chat was new. So that was lovely. Mm-hmm. And then there was like a miscommunication, which I know has been spoken about online by other people as well. But I didn't actually end up getting into the show, the Kids' Choice Awards show. It was a lot of people. Everyone got the same email, whether you were invited to the show or not. So I think everyone thought they were going to the show. And then there was a group of probably like 40 or 50 of us, maybe even more than that, who found out during that day when we were at this pre-party that we were staying at this pre-party.
Right. And it became a watch party. So you were at a different location watching live the award show that you were not in the room for.
We were literally outside the theater.
Right.
Like it's not like we were in a different location. We were like in the parking lot.
Right.
The event though was really cool. It was set up really well. They had food and unlimited drinks, and like it was still really fun.
Right. It's just if the expectation was you're going to be in this tent where that's a watch party.
Yeah.
Then you would have known.
Yeah.
If you think you're about to go in the award show and you get turned away, you're like, I kind of feel stupid now, and I just wish that I had known what was actually happening.
Yeah.
So it was communication.
It was hard for me to be upset because I was new and I was just thrilled to be there.
Right.
But I was a little bit like, I put a lot of work into my glam, and there was like a little photo station when you walked into the influencer party, but I didn't get to do the red carpet or the orange carpet. Or I think they had a glam bot, which I didn't get to do either. So that was really sad. And it was also sad watching the people like Brooke Monk and Sam and Colby and like Haley Khalil and all these people who were at the pre-party like leave and go into the show. And I was like, bye guys, see you later.
Like, I'll just be here.
I'm like, I lost something once.
Oh, an all-time quote. Okay.
Yeah. But 10 out of 10 would go again. Nickelodeon, feel free to invite me, and actually invite me this time. I would love to walk the orange carpet.
And I'd love to come too.
Will you come with me this year?
Yeah.
You would have to come out to LA.
Yeah, but last year when you went, I was in my postpartum diapers, literally.
Oh, that's true.
So it was never even something in question, but I would happily come.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. X3 Spencer asks, what brings you together after a fight?
We got a lot of questions about our relationship and how to navigate sibling things. And I think this is a good thing for us to talk about because we did share a room for so many years. And we didn't, for the first half of life, like we always had a bond and we always like had love for each other, but we didn't vibe as much as being like friends.
Right. We didn't hang out.
Right.
Because I think a big part of that was you share a room. You're forced to spend time together that you would like to maybe have privacy or be alone.
Yes.
Or I want to watch something on TV that you don't want to watch. And it's like, well, there's one TV in the room and now we have to compromise, and we're 15 and 12 and our communication skills are not great. So now we're just having a fight.
Yes. There were also external factors, which we've talked about a lot, other people and things, which we won't get into here, but we had our own kind of shit. And I remember during COVID, when I moved back from Disney and you had to move back from the city, and we both lived at home for that year.
And so we're now once again sharing a room full time, which we hadn't done, you know, in between in summers in college, but like it had been a while.
Yeah, now we were looking at doing like a full year of sharing a room, which didn't end up happening, thank God. And you got to take Charlie's room because he moved out. But we sat down and had like this 2-hour conversation and just like laid out all our shit and like also realized that a lot of our things were like not true. Like you were like, I feel like you hate me. And I was like, no, I feel like I'm seeking your approval. And now I've turned to like being bitchy because that it makes me feel like less of like a loser if I'm just like bitchy.
It was a defense mechanism.
Right.
Yeah.
So I would highly encourage everyone to, if you have, and I talk to my friends about this all the time who will ask me now for advice because my friends growing up knew that we didn't always have like the easiest relationship. And now like you're my best friend. We hang out all the time. We do this podcast together. Like, so they'll ask me, and I think it's really important. Like it's having sibling relationships is such a blessing. It's such a great thing. And I think it's worth really working through your shit and
100%.
Figuring it out. Like, and it's never too late to start that.
Agreed.
Yeah. You'll always have that bond.
Yes. To sum it up, like communication.
Yeah.
We did not have good communication growing up.
Yeah.
We did not talk about this is bothering me, this is bothering you, and then work it out. So there's just a lot of like passive aggressiveness and resentment.
Yeah.
And so finally having a very open line of communication really solved everything.
Yeah.
And how do we come together after a fight? Communication.
Yes.
We haven't had a fight. I remember the exact fight the last one we had
when you were pregnant.
When I was pregnant, and we had a fight just about the way we were speaking to each other at a dinner.
Yeah.
And then didn't talk for like a week.
Yeah.
And I was badgering you to have a conversation with me, and you didn't want. You're not confrontational, so you did not want to say. Even though I knew you were angry, you just didn't want to say exactly what it was that made you angry or why you were still angry.
Yeah.
And I forced you to.
Yeah.
And then we were fine.
Yeah.
And at the end of that conversation, I remember saying, there's nothing that we can't solve if you just tell me what the problem is.
Yeah.
Instead of just not speaking to me. That's not going to solve anything.
I also think a big part, even at that point, like even though we had come a long way at that point, first of all, you having Logan and like, you know, that has been like also such an experience that I feel like has even made our relationship stronger, like having this child and like me being his aunt and just like wanting, so like it's very different. But I think even in that fight, it was like you said one thing to me and it spiraled into like, she talks to me like this because she doesn't respect me and she doesn't care about our relationship as much as I do and blah, blah, blah. And I think us having even that last conversation, which was sort of a reiteration of the one that we had during COVID, of just being like, we do both really care about each other, about making this relationship work. We want to be friends. You would, if I like didn't talk to you for a week, you wouldn't go unaffected by that, which I used to think like if we weren't friends, you wouldn't care.
Right.
So even just knowing that, it's like now if we're at the table and you like are in a bad mood and you say something bitchy, or if I'm in a bad mood and I say something bitchy, it doesn't spiral into all these other things because we have addressed, and I know the bottom line is like, we love each other. We care about each other. We want to have a good relationship. And so nothing bothers me as much as it used to.
And we also like, I know the things. I know how to push your buttons and you know how to push mine. And there was definitely a time when we were purposefully pushing said buttons and we don't do that anymore. Right. And in that last fight we had, I wasn't trying to push your buttons. I don't know if you were trying to push mine.
No, I wasn't.
But that also helps is like, you become an adult and you're not having these like petty fights that you were having when you were still teenagers living at home. Yeah. I'm never intentionally trying to get a reaction out of you. But like when we were growing up, I would try to get a reaction out of you because that's what kids do.
That also like that last fight, I remember I like wanted to leave the restaurant. I kept being like, can we go? And you were like, no one else is ready to leave. And you're like being annoying. That was just part of like, that was such a bad time of my life, like right before the group chat went viral and like everything is so different now. But that was the time where like my company was going through a restructuring. I thought I was going to lose my job. My boss was literally dangling that over my head every single day that like if I fucked up, I could lose my job because we're going through a restructuring. It was like a type of mental torture where I was so
stressed all the time,
stressed all the time and so mentally exhausted that even sitting through a dinner was like hard for me because I was in my own head the whole time and I like just had no motivation to do anything but like lay. I just like didn't even want to exist in the world. I was like, I just want to to lay in my bed and watch Hannah Montana and like, not talk to anyone.
You were like, can we leave? And I was like, I have to pee. And you were like, can you just pee at home? And I was like, no, I am extremely pregnant. I will pee my pants in the car. If you don't let me pee, I'm going to punch you in the face.
Yeah. And then it spiraled.
The fight.
Yeah, it spiraled into
those
like,
were
all
not
this
the
other
exact words by any means, but but it is true. She didn't want me to pee.
I did not want her to pee.
That was like, never an option for me to drive home without
my
peeing.
response to that was, I've been asking if we could. To be fair, that was a long dinner. It's not like we were only there for like 45 minutes.
Maybe like 2.5 hours.
Like 2.5 hours.
Yeah, but usually our dinners are like 2 hours.
That's fair. I had been saying for like 20 minutes that I wanted to leave, and then finally, when everyone was on the same page and my dad got up, both her and my mom were like, we have to pee, and I was like,
one day when you're pregnant, I'm just going to remind you of that.
I mean, other than that one day, I feel I was very good to you during pregnancy.
You were. Yeah, you were.
I literally started off your pregnancy by being like, I will be your servant for this pregnancy.
And like, actually you were. And it was really, really nice because being pregnant is really uncomfortable.
And you had a particularly rough beginning of your pregnancy. It was really, really, really hard for you.
Yeah, and a rough end because I thought this kid was going to actually break one of my ribs.
Yeah. That was bad. I remember even bringing you clothes to the hospital because you called and you were like, I bought these cute pajamas and I don't want them and I just want a comfy
other
t-shirt.
thing. Let me know if you want to hear my birth story.
Oh my God. It's quite terrifying.
Yeah. Okay. At Sparkle Shorty said, what's the last thing you consumed that inspired you? And I obviously picked this because I have a good answer. Okay. Well, I have an answer. Whether or not it's good is subjective.
I don't have one. You go first.
Okay. As was mentioned earlier, I love to consume food content and I love to cook. I do that less and less now that I have a child because it's just hard to find the time. But I love finding new things to cook and I'm very inspired by food content and also food itself. So the things I consume, like particularly short form food content and food.
Yeah.
And I'll see lots of content that will inspire me to like try a recipe but tweak it to make it something that's more something more that me and my husband would like to eat. Yeah. So I am very inspired by that and it inspires me to cook or bake something that I have not yet tried when I have the free time.
Yeah. I kind of similarly have been watching MasterChef, which is random. I don't know. It is random. I got really into MasterChef and
we watched a bunch of MasterChef during COVID. We watched like 2 seasons of it. The current season that was on and like the one before it.
It's such a different show now. I was watching the beginning seasons, which in my opinion were way better. But I was seeing all these clips online of like Gordon and Joe like screaming at the contestants. And I was like, this is tea. I want to watch. So
now they're more like, they've mellowed.
Yeah, it was a lot more like drama. Probably some of it was scripted back in the day. But I've been watching it. It has been making me want to cook. I'm just like scared. Like cooking meat scares me and like anything good like has like chicken or something in it. I don't know. It just really skeeves me out. Like cooking chicken. I'm like, what if I eat like undercooked
I think universally raw chicken is like one of the grossest uncooked foods of all time.
It's not about it being gross. It's that I'm afraid that I'm not going to like cook it enough and I'm going to like give myself food poisoning.
If you are actually concerned about that, okay, I don't know if I can help you with that one.
I'm like scared of the stove or if I have to like use oil to cook, I'm like,
yeah, you do have to use oil to cook.
I hate that.
Maybe be inspired to do a different hobby.
I did the sourdough for a while.
Yeah, there was no oil involved.
Yeah. I also have been rewatching Entourage. I feel like there have been a lot
What is that inspiring you to do? Cocaine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I was already doing so much. I don't know if it can inspire me. No. I think watching a lot of these, like, there have been a lot of things recently. Everything has been inspiring me recently because I'm in this weird phase of my life where, like, I've created this dream that I've had for so long. I feel like I really took it into my hands and sort of made it a half reality. And so all these things like Entourage, it's just a good reminder that like there is an ebb and flow. You are not always on top. It's okay to go through rough patches.
Right. Vinny Chase had some rock bottom moments.
He really fucking did. Yeah. And he always came back.
He did.
And watching anyone who's like creating their own brand, even like I've been doing a lot with Ryan Serhant and like watching his show and like he always wanted to be an actor. I think he went to school for acting. I might be making that up. And then he starts this real estate company and he was like, I'm going to combine the two things and I'm going to have my own TV show and be the best real estate agent. And I feel like just a lot of these stories that I've been hearing lately are just inspiring me to be like, it's such a cool thing. It's such a cool time that we live in that like, you don't have to wait for someone to give you an opportunity. Especially in Hollywood. Like that was always a thing growing up where it seemed so unattainable because you had to like wait for an agent or a manager and how the fuck do you get one of those? And now it's like you can genuinely create that opportunity for yourself and not wait for someone to like give you a ticket.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, look, we made a podcast out of nothing.
Yeah.
we're just posting it on YouTube, like hoping anyone enjoys it enough to watch the next one. And there's zero backing, zero production, editing, everything we do ourselves. We didn't have to wait for anyone. Well, yes, initially my husband was the IT guy, but we have learned to take over the IT because he is busy and has a job.
We have.
Yeah.
But it's like, this is something that we both really want to do. And like, we have come up with new ideas and new segments, and the podcast has changed a lot from episode 1. And it's cool that we can make it whatever we want. And then if it becomes successful, we'll look back and be like, wow, we really did that.
Yeah. Like, remember when we were sitting at your dining room table?
Yeah. Hopefully one day we'll be sitting in a studio saying that sentence.
From your mouth to God's ears.
Also, I love that we've been switching off wearing Boys Lie, which you got me into Boys Lie and bought me my first ever Boys Lie set.
Can you please send me stuff, please? I don't have enough money to buy another set.
Please send my sister a PR, damn it. Yeah, last
I'm just
week.
gonna tag them, and can you do that?
On
like
YouTube?
the YouTube comments or something?
I don't know. I can post this on TikTok and tag them. Boys Lie. I'm going to post on TikTok and tag you. I wore last week. You're wearing this week. I think I wore also the week before. We've been really trading off on the Boys Lie.
I wore the week before.
We should do an episode where we both wear our best Boys Lie that we have.
I have to buy something new.
I was literally thinking I'd probably buy something new for that. I was looking at their website. They have some new things that are good.
I like to buy their things on sale because they're a little outrageously priced for a
They
sweatshirt.
are very expensive, but kind of get it though. They're like the moment.
Yeah, they are the moment.
So those are all the questions, right, for now?
Yeah, that was everything.
That was our episode. Next week,
please
we'll talk
like,
about
subscribe, comment. I feel like I used to always watch YouTube,
my God,
and people would be like, subscribe, and then they like point down, press the like button.
If you want to follow me on TikTok, my TikTok is ThatGirlSidJo. It's the same on Snapchat and Instagram. Like,
wait, maybe we should tell people where they can find us. Go ahead.
Oh, I feel like if you're watching this podcast, you probably know that you can find me on TikTok under ThatGirlSidJo, as well as Instagram, and I am going to start the Snapchat program. So if you would like to see the behind the scenes of filming the group chat season 6, you will be able to find that on Snapchat probably by the time this is posted.
And what's the Snapchat username?
It'll be ThatGirlSidJo.
Okay.
As well.
You can find me on TikTok. I don't remember what my username is because I
think it's NH.
No, it's not. I think it's like Nikki B or something. I don't know. So maybe you can tag me in one of these videos. I don't know.
You can also find her via my TikTok.
Yeah, if you like care enough, you can find me. And then I have an Instagram, but it's private, and I think it's gonna stay private. So
she has a child to protect. So TikTok is where you can find her, and the rest.
You can like feel free to request me on Instagram, and I'll think about it, and then maybe I'll go public. I would just stop posting my child.
I think if the people really demanded to see you, then you would have to make a separate Instagram for it and leave your current Instagram up as your personal, where you can post pictures of your son and of the things that you do, and not have to worry about if you're posting the background of the house and stuff like that. And then if the people were like, we demand to see Nikki on Instagram, then you could make a new Instagram.
Okay, well, demand away. I think it would take a lot of demanding.
I wish I had done that, but it happened so literally overnight.
Right.
Like I was not even in my control. People were finding my Instagram on their own. It wasn't even linked anywhere. People just found it. And then I had like 30,000, then 100. Like it just went really fast. I think now I have like 330,000 or something.
It's easier to manage less social media accounts though.
That's true.
Yeah.
Up to you.
Well,
but anyway.
Let me know if you demand it.
And Boys Lie, feel free to send us all the things.
Okay.
And we'll see you. 1, 2, 3.
Next week. I don't know why. I don't know what you were going to say.
Every time you stumble on that.
I know.
Like, I thought it was going to be next time.
Or like next Friday. Okay, next week.
Do the hold down.